One of the things that I was really interested in was where is the teaching of Aboriginal history, where's the teaching of Australian history? Because as a principle I'd seen it disappear. So we were able to form a committee in 2005-6 to get ready for the 25th anniversary celebration, which was in 2006-7. This conference is our 5th, so it's been going for 10 years structurally as a conference, and as you can see it's an amazing engagement of kids in the learning of Australia's true history.
We're sitting on a landscape of tremendous history, a landscape of climatic change, a landscape which encloses the story of the people. In fact, it's the land that tells the story of the people. And when those two come together, we're standing here now with the privilege of the ancestral people of Mungo Man and Mungo Lady, listening to their stories about this land. So it's in that context that not only does nature and culture come together, but the barrier between science and traditional cultures come together here.
It was 1960 when Jim Bowler, that's when he discovered Mungo Man, or Mungo Lady, in that direction there where that white wall is. 2 years later he came back, and that's where he discovered Mungo Man. Mungo Lady, she was cremated around about 42 to 45,000 years ago. And 2 years later he came back in that area. He found the top part of the skull sticking out of the soil. That's where he discovered Mungo Man. And he was around about 45,000 years old too.
For me, living in southeast Victoria, I'm not really exposed to a lot of Indigenous culture. And so I think that this really interested me because I really wanted to be able to learn, to be able to immerse myself kind of in something that I should really know about, but I'm just not really given a lot of opportunities to where I come from.
And this culture that they left on the ground, our old people left on the ground for us, is to share with the wider communities and the world, to just show how clever our people were in looking after a landscape that they used to nurture and survive off.
I love that we are bringing kids in from all over the country. So we've got the city kids coming in, we've got the local country kids coming in, we've got Indigenous, we've got non-Indigenous, and we've got so much cross-cultural interactions happening. And for me, I find that really special. I love that we're giving all of these children experiences that they wouldn't have otherwise in a very special place, special part of Australia, special part of the world.
A great tense city like this, 200 kids and teachers and elders sitting here on the same land, exploring the same story. It is mind-boggling. There's nothing like this elsewhere in Australia, and I doubt anywhere in the world this comes together.
It's good to see all the youths out here learning, about our culture.
All the kids from different schools and nationalities, and, we've got to be all, there's no place for racism or anything here. We're one big happy family.
It's that connection, back with land for Indigenous people, I think is really important. Bringing pride back to community is always super important, and I think things like this definitely do.
The stories that they've got, they're beautiful, and that's what's keeping our culture alive, because obviously they're not going to be around forever. So if they pass the stories on to these kids, hopefully then they can take those away to their kids and then their grandkids, and I think that's the best way that we're going to keep our culture alive.
It's about culture, but it's about young people understanding who they are and how to follow the right journey. And that journey is about doing the right thing, becoming the best person they can.
Now we are walking together, the two cultures, walking across these sand dunes, arm in arm together. It's the bridging of those cultures, which is the magic story for all Australians.
Mungo tells the story of humanity. This is the longest continuous culture on the planet, and so for me as an educator, I think it's fantastic that kids can come in here and learn about that, go out and tell the story.